What if I told you that you've already won the lottery, but just haven't realized it yet? It may seem strange, but what if the winning ticket was already in your hands, not in this reality, but in another, where you already knew how to claim it? There's a principle behind manifestation that goes far beyond luck or chance. Many people play the lottery as if it were a stroke of luck, when in reality, it all begins in the mind. Those who understand this don't just gamble to see what happens, they create the outcome before the draw even happens. We're not talking about magic, but something much more real, a combination of consciousness, identity, and the way we use our imagination to access other possibilities. Today, you'll understand why some people seem to have the golden touch and others don't. By the end of this video, you might discover that the universe has already placed the prize in your path. What's left now is to learn to see and accept this new reality. Have you ever stopped to think that the lottery ticket you bought might have already been a winner, just in another reality? It sounds far-fetched, but when we talk about parallel realities, this idea makes perfect sense. Your consciousness is connected to several possibilities, and in one of them, you're already celebrating your victory. The key is to access this version of yourself, the one already experiencing the wealth you desire. This is the science of manifestation working behind the scenes. Few people realize that to win the lottery or anything they desire, it's not enough to wait for chance. The secret lies in assuming the identity of someone who has already achieved the goal. Your subconscious accepts what you believe, so by imagining yourself as a winner, you change the game from within, and the universe begins to align the pieces outside. It's not just a matter of positive thinking, it's about creating a new reality from your imagination and awareness. Abundance isn't a distant prize, but a possibility that already exists, waiting for you to take your place. And that place begins the moment you decide the winning ticket is yours. You've come this far for a reason, you're ready to embrace a new identity. It may seem like nothing has changed, but the truth is that transformation begins the very moment you decide to see yourself as someone who has already achieved what you desire. Manifestation, at its core, is just that, a shift in your beliefs about who you are. Changing your identity isn't just about changing a passing thought, it's about reprogramming your subconscious to accept that wealth, abundance, and success are already part of your life. When you start acting, speaking, and even feeling like a winner, the universe begins to respond to this new frequency. This is the gateway to a new parallel reality, where what you desire is already a reality. And it doesn't have to be complicated. Start observing your thoughts, words, and emotions right now. Do you see yourself as someone still waiting or as someone who has already won? The secret lies in the consistency of this new identity. From there, manifestation stops being a wish and becomes a fact that happens naturally. The vast majority of people buy lottery tickets hoping to win, hoping for the best, but deep down carrying doubt and fear of defeat. This happens because they still live with the "if I win" mentality, not the "I already win" mentality. This small difference makes all the difference, because the subconscious doesn't play games, it only accepts what you truly accept. The common mistake lies precisely there, waiting for luck to fall from the sky, without assuming victory in advance. When you change this mindset and start acting as if you're already a winner, you change your frequency, your identity, and, consequently, the reality you attract. It's a subtle but powerful shift, a mental shift that transforms the game. So, instead of wishing and hoping, practice assumption, feel, live, and speak as if the prize is already in your hands. This attitude is the true secret to manifestation, because the universe responds to what you truly believe and feel, not what you simply wish for. The way you see the world and yourself creates your financial reality. When we talk about consciousness, we're talking about your level of awareness of who you are and what you deserve. Wealth isn't something external you need to achieve like a distant trophy, it's something your mind accepts as true for you. Shifting your consciousness means making room for abundance to enter your life. It's like preparing fertile ground for the seed of prosperity to grow strong. When you begin to identify with wealth and feel that it is your natural state, your subconscious begins to work to make it manifest in the physical world. Therefore, more than striving for money, the secret lies in accepting wealth as part of your identity. When you do this, you stop fighting the flow and begin vibrating at the frequency of abundance, which attracts opportunities and achievements much more easily. Many people think that imagination is just an escape from reality, a place for impossible dreams. But the truth is that imagination is the portal to parallel realities where everything you desire has already happened. It is there, in this mental space, that you create the bridge between the visible and invisible worlds, where manifestation begins to take shape. When you live in the state of fulfilled desire, that is, when you feel and think as if you've already achieved your goal, you're activating a powerful force within your subconscious. This practice causes your body and mind to align with this new reality, attracting people, ideas, and situations that confirm this vision. And best of all, this technique can be used anytime, anywhere. It can be a quick scene in your mind before bed or a visualization exercise during the day. The important thing is that you feel the thrill of victory, because it's this emotion that truly moves the universe to make your wish come true. Real-life stories like Margaret's demonstrate the power of self-acceptance and manifestation. She began imagining herself living like a millionaire, experiencing freedom and financial security every day. With this consistent practice, her subconscious was reprogrammed to accept abundance, and shortly thereafter, she earned $2.7 million. It's the perfect example of how a shift in identity can reflect reality. David was even more specific. He visualized exactly $50 million with vivid detail and strong emotions. To his surprise, the amount he received wasn't exactly $50 million, but it was very close, demonstrating that the universe responds to clear images and the imaginer's conviction. This kind of clarity is essential to opening the doors of manifestation. Susan accumulated smaller, but no less important, victories until her balance reached 15 million. She understood that the manifestation journey is made up of small steps and confirmations that build a solid reality. The secret? Persistence, focus, and, of course, the ability to live the desired reality in the present, with all the intensity of awareness. One of the most powerful tools you can use is the assumption technique. It consists of creating a short, simple scene where you're already experiencing the victory, speaking in the first person. It could be something like, "I'm celebrating my victory with friends," or "I just won the lottery." The important thing is that this scene is vivid and emotionally charged. For this technique to work, it's essential that you reproduce this scene daily, especially before bed and immediately upon waking. These are times when your subconscious is most receptive to receiving and accepting new information, and repetition helps solidify the new identity you want to assume. But be careful, it's not enough to just imagine it, you need to feel it as if it were real, as if you were living in that moment. This genuine emotion is what will reprogram your subconscious and begin to transform your outer reality. It's the decisive step between desire and manifestation. One mistake many make is to cling to desire again, fueling doubts and uncertainty about achieving it. This creates a cycle that keeps the person stuck in the almost there state, never truly embracing victory. The secret lies in abandoning this mindset and starting to live as if wealth were already yours, with no room for hesitation. When you choose to live in the new reality, you're sending a clear message to your subconscious and the universe. Doubt is what blocks the flow of manifestation, therefore, faith in your new identity must be unshakable, even if the result hasn't yet appeared in the physical world. The practical tip is to observe your thoughts and emotions throughout the day, and whenever you notice a return to the state of desire, redirect your focus to the certainty of victory. It's a constant practice, but it makes all the difference in truly manifesting. When you truly embrace your new identity, the universe begins to work behind the scenes, creating a bridge of events that guide you toward the fulfillment of your desire. It could be a seemingly serendipitous coincidence, a sudden impulse to make a decision, or a sign you notice along the way. These clues are like arrows pointing you in the right direction. The key is not to ignore these small events, even if they seem trivial. Often, they're the universe speaking to you, encouraging you to stay strong in the new reality you're creating. This bridge connects your current consciousness to the realization of abundance, moving manifestation from the mental to the physical. So, stay alert and open-minded, but also trust. Manifestation doesn't depend solely on your willpower, but on your ability to perceive and act on these opportunities that arise unexpectedly. It's like putting together a puzzle that only makes sense when you accept each piece as it appears. One of the greatest challenges is understanding that, in the realm of consciousness, time doesn't exist as it does in physical reality. Your desire is already a fact, just waiting for you to fully accept it. This means that for manifestation to happen, it's not enough to wish once in a while, but to maintain the intensity of your assumption every day, with faith and conviction. Consistency is what separates those who achieve from those who wait. Each time you return to the state of those who have already achieved, you reinforce this new reality in your subconscious, which in turn begins to influence the external world. There is no shortcut, it requires daily commitment to your new identity. So, forget about anxiety and the clock. What really matters is how deeply and frequently you practice this assumption. Over time, this practice becomes natural, and the bridge between imagination and reality becomes increasingly solid, allowing wealth and abundance to flow freely into your life. It's time to ask yourself, how can you begin to embrace this new identity today, one that already lives in victory? What small habits or patterns can you create to reprogram your subconscious and live in the frequency of abundance? What's stopping you from accepting that wealth is already part of your reality? Remember, manifestation isn't a distant event. It's a daily process that depends on the intensity of your belief and your ability to live as if the dream were already a reality. The universe is ready to deliver, but it only responds to the energy you radiate at each moment. If you want to continue this journey toward prosperity, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. That way, you won't miss any tips that will help you expand your awareness and transform your financial life. Let's join us on this journey toward abundance.